Laura Keenan picks up her 1-year-old son, Evan, sits him down in her living room, and reads him a book.
He loves this book.
Yeah.
Touch your hand if it can't. Yeah, get it in the small hand.
Evan's big blue eyes keep darting from the book to our camera. His big smile belies a horrific tragedy this family experienced 2 weeks ago. Evan's father, Matt, was biking through Mission Valley when a driver going the opposite direction crossed the road's double yellow lines and struck Matt head-on. Neither Matt's helmet nor his lights could save him. He died almost immediately.
He was just so excited to see Evan grow up and do all this stuff with Evan. Like I mentioned, he was going to take his first steps soon, and Matt wanted to teach him music and play sports with him, and he's never going to be able to do that.
Laura knows her son will grow up not knowing his father, but she's trying to keep Matt's memory alive. Her husband was funny, kind, charismatic, a caretaker, and he loved biking.
He'd ride to work. He works in La Jolla, so he'd ride from North Park to La Jolla. He would ride his bike to go to the grocery store or just run different errands. It was just, if a day went by without biking, it was not a complete day for him.
Laura's husband was riding in a narrow painted bike lane when he was hit. She's convinced if the bike lane had some kind of physical barrier, a curb, even plastic posts, Matt would still be alive today.
Paint isn't protection.
Elizabeth Mayer is program manager for the nonprofit Bike SD. She says Matt Keenan's death shows many of the city's planned and existing bike lanes are inadequate, especially considering the city's adoption of Vision Zero, a campaign to end all traffic deaths by 2025.
There are certain areas that do not have protected bike lanes that we believe should. And so that definitely needs a refresher. And I think that in order to meet the goals that they set, both for climate and for Vision Zero, there needs to be swift change.
Mayor Todd Gloria says he's speeding up the process of adding new bike lanes and improving existing ones with more protection. Last week, he announced Pershing Drive in Balboa Park would have new protected bike lanes next month. That came after 2 people, a cyclist and a scooter rider, were killed by drivers on Pershing this summer.
So the mayor can, to a certain extent, redirect staff to different priorities.
Jordan Moore is a fiscal and policy analyst with the city's Independent Budget Analyst's office. He says Gloria can order city workers to create new bike lanes pretty much anywhere if he decides they're urgent. Gloria's current budget also includes a new team of 12 staffers to design and implement 9 miles of protected bike lanes per year. That's less than the 25 miles bike activists have called for. Moore says 25 miles are theoretically possible, but that would require a big shift in priorities and money.
The question would be, take 2.2 million, where would you find it, and what would those trade-offs have to be? Because it really is a question of trade-offs and service level impacts if you don't have new revenue.
In other words, bike lanes have to compete with all the city's other infrastructure needs, like filling potholes and fixing broken sidewalks. Beyond the financial challenges, new bike lanes in San Diego can be controversial. They sometimes require removing parking or a lane of travel for cars. But Laura Keenan, now a single mother, hopes those who oppose protected bike lanes keep things in perspective.
If you were able to put this bike lane there, maybe somebody would still, maybe another wife and another son would have their husband and dad one day. Because it can save a life, and I would do anything to take this pain away from anybody else, because it's just the worst experience, worse than I could ever imagine.
Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.